Welcome, welcome. This is Gull Khan, your money mindset expert. And today I'm so excited. I'm speaking to Zeeshan, somebody who's part of a mastermind who's going to be sharing his opinion, his feedback, and his experience of being part of the mastermind. So welcome, Zeeshan.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So thank you so much, Zeeshan, for being here and talking to us about Millionaire Mindset Mastermind. Tell us, what do you do, Zeeshan?
By profession, I'm an accountant. But for the past probably 7-8 years now, I've been working with mindset, energy, everything to do, nothing to do with numbers and everything to do with success and all those things.
Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, so it's great that you work with mindset as well. Now, I specifically focus on money mindset when it comes to, my mastermind. So what was your money mindset like before you joined my mastermind?
So I started my business a couple of years ago and it wasn't going anywhere. And primarily because I was coming from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. That was one thing. And the second thing was there was a lot of desperation I found myself to be in to make money, a lot of attachment to it, a lot of negative ideas about money itself, the energy of money and all those things. Also part of the reason because, I belong to a family where we had some financial struggles and all those things. So even though I was doing everything strategically, I was learning from everybody who was multimillionaire, their strategy, following that and this. But I knew there was something missing. And what was missing was your program, basically.
Fabulous, fabulous. Now, you're based in Canada, is it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm in Toronto.
Yeah, you're in Toronto. Okay, so great. So, like as you said, you've been to all these amazing mentors which have phenomenal strategies, but what can be the missing link is usually the energy side of it. So I approach, as you know, mindset through changing your energy, and thereby as default, you change your mindset. I don't really focus on mindset per se. I focus more on your energy. So what have you received since you joined the mastermind, and what kind of results have you seen so far?
So one of the things that most of the people, including myself, is that once you join the program, you expect results to show up in the next 1 or 2 weeks. And that's not normally how our true program doesn't work that way because it's working deeply. The thing that I know about this program is that because it was a 1-year investment and I knew I had to be consistent with it. So the first 2 months, honestly, there was not much external change, although within myself, I was feeling a few changes. But since the month 2 was ending and the month 3 has started, it's been mind-blowing in the way that first of all, my personal energy started to shift. I was more calmer around my situation. I have a lot of financial challenges. I wouldn't say that all of them have gone, but what has happened is that things that used to not work before have started to work now. And I know this from a fact that once something you try, it doesn't work. It's not that you just give it up, you change your energy and try it again. And so that's what happened with this program. Just recently, I doubled my price. And I used to have no clients before, by the way, or I would have one client or something like that. I doubled my price. I had no resistance, anything whatsoever, and just signed a client who's a 3-month commitment. So that's one. Yesterday, I got a text message from somebody who wants me to part of he's part of a multi-millionaire real estate investor, and he works with him, and they invited me to join him. I'm not paying anything to be with them. They are actually going to pay me to learn from them. So I will be kind of a apprentice, almost like. And this has been a dream for me because I've worked in real estate world in the back office for many, many years. That was my dream. And I didn't do anything, by the way, to do anything. I just got a text message out of the blue. I said, hey, Zeeshan, we've seen you've been doing this and we want you to be part of this thing.
Yes. And exactly what we talk about, isn't it? Opportunities come your way with ease and grace. So one phrase we use a lot, ease and grace. So you didn't have to go and hustle for this opportunity. No. It literally fell into your lap. It came to you.
Yes. And also, as I was mentioning, I used to do investments, but there was always this resistance within me, and of course, it would show in the results. And now I do investments. It's investments. Sometimes you make money, sometimes you lose money, but I don't have that kind of resistance, and I am getting more profitable deals now than what I used to do before. And the last thing, there are so many things, but this was really key. I was sitting on a money-making opportunity to be an affiliate for somebody for almost 2 years, and I never did anything about it. Right. And something happened to me just as the month 2 was closing, and I said, you know what, why don't I reach out to them and just refresh my memory how the affiliate program works. And in the last 2 weeks, I've sold their most expensive packages 2 times, and I am at the top of the leaderboard, the sales board.
Ah,
It's
congratulations.
like, I'm not a sales guy, I'm an accountant. That's what I at least tell myself. And they were all blown away. Like they have people who have been doing it for 2 years. Nobody's even close to me right now. So it's just amazing.
And it, like I say, it's not about hustling. It's not about finding the right strategy. It's not looking for the new shining object. It's literally going within, changing your energy, and things start shifting outside of you. So it almost like miraculously, you don't know how, but they start changing. And this is the key. Once you change your energy, your mindset follows, and your external reality has no option but to start shifting and changing. And this is what you're sharing with me. And I'm so glad you mentioned it. This is exactly the reason why my program is not 3 months long. It's not 6 months long. The mastermind is kind of exclusive because I choose my clients and I'm very particular about who comes into it. And once you're in for at least 12 months. If you want to go in after 12 months, it's your choice, but you're there for at least 12 months because it takes that long to receive the kind of transformation we're talking about, which is fabulous, wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's actually talk about the mastermind. What have you found inside the community? What are the biggest assets? We'll talk about the clearings and manifestation calls in a bit. But one of the things I'm really, really proud of is the community. How did you find that community within the mastermind?
It's one of the things that other programs also offer. They offer Facebook groups, and so they call it's community, but it's not really a community. It's like hundreds of people chatting messages. Here, because you have these weekly calls, and at least we see each other at least twice, for some other stuff also that's going on. There is that personal connection, and there it's not hundreds of people. It's a very small,
It's a
intimate
small
group.
on purpose,
Yeah. And then you hear other people. So oftentimes you would have seen me, I come on the Q&A call, I don't ask anything, and it happens to everybody. And then somebody else asks something, and you get triggered, and then you say, oh yeah. And so it's like, I'm not alone. I'm also having these challenges, and this person actually just said what I am going through, even though I didn't think about it. So it's very, very powerful.
It is. I completely agree. So we often have this, don't we, Zeeshan, when we, in the Q&As, one person asks a question and 10 other people are like, oh, I want to hear this. And this is why a lot of people come to the Q&As not to ask questions, but actually listen to the answers for somebody else's questions, which is really powerful. It also creates a really loving and safe environment. You can share your wins, you can share your struggles within the community, and everybody else comes out to support you. There's no judgments and there's no jealousy. There's nothing of that. And this is so important. But this also reflects the kind of people who are there. And like I said, I am so, so grateful, the kind of people like yourself, Zeeshan, who come in, who sort of answer and support each other, that I feel like, we are a family, growing, and this is where we need to, because we have so much rubbish outside and so much negativity and naysayers outside, especially with friends and families, because we don't have that kind of mindset with people around us. It's so nice to go in a community where you can be yourself and share your dreams and your concerns and issues as well, which is wonderful. So now let's talk about the main thing by the mastermind, which makes this mastermind so unique. So what have you found with my energy clearings? For those who haven't been through it, if you've been to one of the workshops, you get to experience my energy clearings, or if you're part of the ETC, you'll get to experience it. But what has your experience been working through my energy clearings, which are very unique and they're very different?
Yeah, so one of the things that I personally am very structured. I like things to be very structured. So I like that idea that every module has 3 steps to it. And every time when I go through the videos, the first video is supposed to, you say, please listen to the first video first before you come to the clearing. Yeah. So sometimes I've tried to skip it, but then I say, no, let's go and do it. And then when I'm listening to that video, the first one, it almost brings a lot of stuff to surface.
I can behind it, yeah. You stir the
yeah. Pot. Exactly. And then the clearing video is there. And then afterwards, the cord cutting that you do. And it's the other thing that I would say, if anybody is listening to this, I have had this temptation to skip some modules, but I know just listening to my intuition, and you also keep saying, go through the system the way it's designed. And there is some sense to it. I don't know how to say it, but I can feel it, because the way I go through the system, exactly the way the modules are designed, as I said, it's like mind blowing. I don't know how to explain it.
There's a reason for it. But what have you found? What's your experience with actual energy clearings? How, because they're very different, they're very unique. What's your experience being, listening or going through the energy clearings themselves?
So I feel because I do a lot of energy work myself. So whenever energy work I'm doing and I'm releasing, I yawn a lot. And when I'm listening to your energy clearing audios, I'm just like continuously yawning, which is a
For
weird
those
sign.
listening, when you yawn, you're rebooting your energy, which
Yeah.
is a positive sign.
Yeah, it comes natural to me. I'm assuming everybody knows about this stuff. So, but yeah, so it's very, very powerful, and not necessarily everybody goes through the same yawning process, but I know it's very, very powerful. And I listen to it, like you suggest, 2 or 3 times for each module, and then
Yeah.
move to the next one. Yeah.
And so then that's great. And they are very different. The first time you hear it, it's very, it's like, what is she on? I know I've had that. And because I intuitively pick up people's thoughts, I remember when I've done this a couple of times, people are like, what is she on? Is she? And the speed I speak at is quite phenomenal as well. I mean, I surprise myself. Now let's go on to the other unique factor about our mastermind. I mean, it has so many different facets, cord cutting, advanced cord cutting. We do, so many of the clearings, whatever. But the two main staple parts are the energy clearings and the bi-weekly manifestation calls. What has your experience been going through these bi-weekly manifestation calls?
So I used to do this kind of stuff like what you call visualization before, but I've never experienced this kind of visualization with anybody. And I have my own book. I've done this kind of work a lot, but this is so unique and it's very, very powerful. Also, as I said, I'm able to experience whatever you're guiding us to do and feel that energy and feel the movement of energy and all those things. It is phenomenal. I can feel and touch my goals when I'm visualizing it, and it also, the thing that I found unique is that it really increases my level of confidence that whatever I'm thinking about or whatever I want to show up in my life, it's real, it's possible, it's real, and the doubts almost like melt away doing those things. So
It is, and I'm so glad you said that, because it's, as I say, I'm not. This is not false humility. It really is. I truly believe that I have a unique energy, which is just a catalyst. So my energy allows me to be a catalyst, which allows me to take the group collective energy, and that's what we sort of bring together on these manifestation calls. And the same way on the energy clearings, that's why they're so powerful, because I'm able to manipulate group collective energy, making those energy clearings so powerful. And so I'm so glad you shared that. So now let's go on to talk about the elephant in the room, Zeeshan. The mastermind is exclusive. It is, it does require commitment, both financial and time-wise. It's a 12-month program, not a 3 or 6 month program. And the financial commitment for some it's okay, but for some others, it is, quite dear. And we had people who, we've shared that who struggled to actually make, thinking, well, I can't make it or whatever, and they've come and joined and have flown afterwards and just, absolutely flown in terms of making the money. But what would your advice be to someone who's sitting on the fence thinking, this sounds really good, this, Gull's energy resonates with me, I've got amazing results from the workshop, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to make the financial commitment or the time commitment? What would you say to someone like that?
So one thing that I've learned in my life is that time is money, and we spend our time during the day doing so many activities expecting to get results. But if you are spending time and you're not getting results, you're literally wasting your time, because there's no point in going back to your old life and trying to do those things again with the old energy. So rather do less work and spend more time on this energy work. That's exactly what I did. There have been days when all I do is goes work. I don't do anything else. But then, as like I said, I just get a text message from somebody I don't know who wants me to join in a multi-million-dollar in real estate investment project. So where is the effort required, right? So I'm not saying effort is not required, but what's the point of doing effort with your energy when you have this opportunity? Then rather invest in this program. And same for money. I mean, I borrowed money. Honestly, I have borrowed money, but I'm now in a position where I'm paying off things rather quickly, very fast. I was not even thinking how this is going to work. I just, spoke to Gull. She said, Zeeshan, I remember you told me, Zeeshan, probably this is the step that you need to take to overcome your fear. And I said, okay, I'm all in, because I was 100% committed to change my situation. So I said, this is it. Then let's just do it. And I think that was the step one. And so yeah, money is always a factor, but money, I look at these things not as money going out of my pocket. I look at it as money invested. investment in myself is the most important thing for me. And that's what I would tell whoever is watching this.
Fabulous. And I completely agree with that. It is all about investment. This is an investment in yourself and in your future. You can either do the same thing and leave the next 12 months as you have been the previous years, or you can change the next 10 to 12 months. And say with the money, you can either invest that money in yourself, or the money will go out anyway by other means. And you will attract the money, as we have many, many stories of people who actually have blown through their targets, which is fabulous. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us about being part of the Millionaire Mindset Mastermind. Lovely. Tell us, Zeeshan, where can we find you? How can we connect with you?
I'm mainly on social media, so if somebody is looking for me, just type in Zeeshan Raza, and hopefully I will be the first person to show up. Or you can Google it. You can Google my name. I have a lot of stuff on YouTube. So I've seen on Google, I come up and the number 2 and number 3 normally. So yeah.
Just Google Zeeshan. Zeeshan Raza, right?
Yeah, Zeeshan Raza.
Thank you so much, Zeeshan. And for those watching, thank you so much for joining me and Zeeshan and sharing Zeeshan's experience of being part of the Millionaire Mindset Mastermind program. I will be back with another individual sharing their experience of their, how they changed their life when they entered and became part of my Millionaire Mindset Mastermind. Until the next time we meet, this is Gull Khan signing off. Take care and bye for now.
Thank you.